Perl tutorial part 8, looping arrays with the for each loop. Now, the for each loop can operate on each element in an array separately. So let's create an array of colors. Okay, so we will put in a for each loop and we'll operate on each element, each color in this array with our for each loop. Now, for each is a special word in Perl, and in this program a reserved word will come up in blue so that it's easy to read. Now, what we can do is, for each, we can call each variable in this array as a color, obviously. So let's call each variable color. Now, for each color of our array, I'll now put in a curly bracket and a closing curly bracket. Okay, so for each color in our array, between the curly brackets we can do something with each color of the array. So first of all, we'll print each color out. So since our variable, we've named it color, we'll print each variable out, and I'll put the new line character in there, so each color will come out on a new line. Let's run that. Red, orange, blue, green, purple on its own line. Perhaps we can just type in the word color before our variable color, and that in the list that comes up, color red, color orange, etc. So each variable in an array, we can operate on it and do pretty much whatever we like. If we'd like to number our colors, we can create, just before the for each loop starts, let's create a variable called count, and let's make that equal to 1, because we're going to count from 1, and we're going to list each color is going to have a number beside it. So obviously the first color is number 1. So count equals 1 is going to be our first. Now, each time the loop goes round and iterates over each item in our array, when it gets to the end of the loop, we're going to add 1 to our counter here. So we type in count, and to make our counter increase by 1 each round, we type in plus plus. So now when the loop goes round, each iteration, the count will increase by 1. So now if we put in our count variable here and print this out, we've got ourselves a list of colors 1 to 5. Next, I'd like to create an array of numbers, and we'll create a for each loop. So I've created an array of numbers 1 to 10. So let's create a for each loop. For each, we'll call each of our numbers a number. How's that? For each number of our array called numbers, we're going to do something inside the curly brackets. Okay, so well, first of all, let's print out each number on its own line. There we go, une, deux, trois, quatre, cinq, six, sept, huit, neuf, dix. Let's do something with each of those numbers as the loop iterates around and around. Let's add 10 onto each of those numbers. So each number equals itself, number, plus 10. So each time the loop goes round, starting from 1, so 1 equals 1 plus 10, which is 11. So we'll print out 11. The next loop, the number is 2, right? 2 equals 2 plus 10, that's 12. So it'll print out 12. So let's roll that. Okay, so each number in our array of numbers 1 to 10 has had 10 added onto it as it goes round the loop.